y'all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. So each year I try to do a video of brands that I want to try in the new year because there are so many brands out there, and I think all of us might get stuck in the same loop of, oh, well, I really like Urban Decay, so if Urban Decay comes out with something new, I'm gonna buy it. But there are so many great brands out there, and brands that have been long established that I haven't even tried yet. I am actually gonna do this video in the style of my friend Samantha March here on YouTube. What she did this year was her top 5, bottom 5. So it's top 5 brands that she wants to try in 2020 and the bottom 5 brands that she doesn't really think she's gonna be trying. So I am going to use that same format. I think it's a fantastic idea. And also, if you haven't checked out Sam's channel, I am gonna list it down below, so you should absolutely check her out. In addition to that top 5, bottom 5, I am also gonna be listing 2 brands that I am just unsure of. I don't know how I feel about them, so I'm not sure. It's either gonna happen or it's not. Give this video a thumbs up if you think you know which brands I'm gonna mention, and if you do, you are like a genius because I don't even know if I've talked about any of these brands on my channel before. Any brands that I mention though, I want you to list your favorite products from that brand down below because I am so curious to know what you think. Let's start 2020 on a positive note and start with the top 5 brands that I am really interested in trying this year. The number 1 brand that I am dying to try is Glossier. I have never tried a single Glossier product, and I don't know how that's possible. They've been around for a long time. Like, they even had their moment on YouTube a while ago where everyone was obsessed with Glossier, and then all of a sudden it sort of went into the background. I will admit, this weekend I was supposed to be, as in right now, in New York City because my husband and I booked kind of a day trip just to go there and go shopping for a while, but it is going to be snowing here in Baltimore and it is going to be snowing in New York City, so we had to cancel it. But one of the things that was on my list was to go to the Glossier flagship store so I could test out all the products and really like shop. The big things that I am super interested in trying, number 1 is the cloud paint. This was such a big thing on YouTube a while ago, but it is a cream color blush that you just kind of dot on your cheeks, and it's supposed to give you this very natural, pretty flush. I've seen a lot of people use it and I'm really, really intrigued. The other thing, and I am so hoping it's as good as I want it to be, is the Glossier You perfume. When I went cruelty-free, I realized that it's really hard for me to find perfumes that are easily accessible that I really like. I really like spicy scents, you know, ginger, clove, things like that. I even like a bit of patchouli, which I know somebody's gonna come for me in the comments for. Suck it. But then I heard about Glossier You, and let me read it from the website. They say, unlike traditional fragrances, Glossier You is heavy on warm, creamy base notes of musk, ambrette, and ambrox that transform and smell a little different on everyone. Top notes of earthy green iris root and spicy, sparkling pink pepper are fresh and clean without being overpowering. That speaks to my soul. I am dying to try that. Let me know if you've ever tried that perfume and if you like it and if it's as spicy as I want it to be. Before I get into the next brand, I do have to say there's a couple of the brands on this list that I have tried like one item from them and nothing else. So I almost consider that to be like I really need to branch out into these brands in the future. So I have used a single product from a couple of these brands, but I'll get into that. The second brand I'm really interested in trying this year is Fenty Beauty. I haven't really dipped my toe into the beauty waters of Fenty Beauty. I have tried the Gloss Bomb, the Fenty Glow, I believe it is, and I really love that, but I've never tried, you know, their foundations. I've never tried the highlighters. There are so many products that people talk about that I really love the look of, but for some reason, I just never gravitate towards Fenty. The one main thing I really want to try is the Stunna lip paint. Whenever I try it, and I've tried it on my hand in store, it is stunning, but for some reason I'm able to talk myself out of it every time because I'm like, Linda, you have 27 red liquid lipsticks. I'm wearing a red liquid lipstick right now, but I really do want to try that Fenty one, and actually 2 of my red liquid lipsticks are just about to run out, and when they do, I'm trying the Fenty one. The third brand I'm really interested in trying is Marc Jacobs. I have not tried a single Marc Jacobs product, and I know they are a higher luxury end brand that, I mean, they're effing expensive. But I've heard such amazing things about the Omega Tan Bronzer, about the Dewdrops, just about so many of their products, even just their eyeliners, people seem to go nuts for. I'm really curious to try them as a brand. Like, if you know of any great products by them, again, comment them down below. But they look like a pretty well-rounded brand. I like the fact that they are cruelty-free. I don't know, I like the look of them, and I feel like 1 or 2 of their products could become my holy grails, and I don't know why I even think that, but they have me intrigued. Another brand where I have tried one of their products before, but I do want to put them on my list of brands I want to try more of in 2020 is Hourglass. I feel like Hourglass had their moment in the sun and then they went away, and then a moment in the sun and they went away. They just kind of ebb and flow a bit. I used their ambient lighting powder when it first came out and I thought it was beautiful and glorious, but that was kind of before the highlighter boom. So the ambient lighting powder at the time gives you this kind of glow from within, but it's not really a blinding highlighter. So when blinding highlighters came out, I got rid of that ambient lighting powder because I wanted to glow for the gods. But since then, they've come out with so many great things. They have foundation sticks that are supposed to be wonderful for people with dry skin. They've got a bunch of kind of highlighting products that are good for that glow from within, and I'm sort of getting back into that a little bit. I just feel like they're coming around again, and their products seem to be of really high quality when people talk about them. So even though they might be higher on that price scale, if the quality is there, I don't mind paying more. The fifth and final brand that I want to try more of in 2020 is a brand that I've actually used a lot, but not for years. That brand is Covergirl, because as you may or may not know, in 2019, Covergirl did go cruelty-free, which I think is such a huge freaking deal for the cruelty-free community, because it's hard to go to the drugstore and find a ton of cruelty-free brands like Maybelline, Rimmel, L'Oreal, like all that crap is not cruelty-free. So for such a huge, affordable brand to go cruelty-free, I feel like I need to kind of get over my previous bias of them having not so great quality products. I need to get over that and just try it again. I've heard good things about some of their pencils, about their lip products, and I want to try them again. So I know I keep saying this, but tell me your favorite Covergirl products down below, because they are such a massive brand. There's got to be some real gems in there. Now, let's move on to the bottom 5. So I want to put this out as kind of a caveat that when I talk about my bottom 5, I'm not bashing these brands in any way. I'm not saying they're shitty in any way. So don't come for me too hard. These are just brands that they either don't excite me or they don't excite me enough for me to be excited about trying them in 2020. Should I say excited more? The first brand I want to talk about, and all of these might cause some controversy, but the first brand is Viseart. I understand that the quality of these is supposed to be so beautiful, but the thing is, none of the palettes have really done much for me, and I love to mix mattes with shimmers usually, so the idea of like mostly mattes in one palette or mostly shimmers in another palette, it doesn't do it for me. And on top of that, let's talk about the freaking price. A 12 pan of shadows goes for $80. A 6 pan of shadows is going for $45. Like, that is so extreme. And for that price, I need them to be mind-blowing and unique colors. I want it to be a palette where I can make looks out of one single palette. And I know a lot of people can do that, but for some reason they just don't call to me, and I don't know why. I almost want them to, because I do enjoy kind of like luxury makeup and feeling a little bougie once in a while, but I just can't see myself trying them in 2020. The next brand is one that I have tried a couple things from in the past, but it's been years, and that's Smashbox. Now, I will say there's one Smashbox product that sort of intrigues me, and that's the moisturizing primer that they just came out with, and it's supposed to be really great, but other than that, whenever there's a new release, I just feel like kind of bored. The colors in their eyeshadow palettes don't do much for me. It's nothing that hasn't been done before. That's the thing with their products. I feel like everything has been done before, and maybe Smashbox is just tweaking things a smidge and then redoing them. Like, they have the Photo Finish Primer, and then they came out with the Photo Finish Primer that's a little more moisturizing. They'll have a palette, and they'll tweak like 2 colors and come out with the same exact palette. It just, I want to be excited about them, and I'm just not. The third brand is a beauty brand, but it's not necessarily a makeup brand, and that is Dyson. And I don't mean your vacuum cleaners, I do mean the hair dryers. Now, I am sure that the technology that goes into a Dyson hair dryer is lovely, and it shoots glitter all over your hair, and it makes you look like a glowing baby angel. But when a hair dryer is upwards of over $400, hell no. I can't see what that hair dryer does that makes a $400 hair dryer worth more than like a $50 hair dryer. Tell me down below if you've used a Dyson hair dryer before, because there's got to be something about it that is mind-blowing, because I know so many people who have them and who use them, and I just, oh my God, I don't get it. I don't get it. There's a lot of things I'm willing to spend money on, But $400 for a hairdryer? $400 for a hairdryer. The fourth on my bottom list is Pat McGrath Labs. I am so torn on Pat McGrath Labs sometimes because the quality is lovely. I've swatched it on my hands before, the eyeshadows, excuse me, and it still doesn't justify the price for me. They are so extremely high priced that I can't wrap my mind around it. Then you'll have the single shadows that come in a plastic container inside a plastic bag that is filled with plastic confetti and sprinkles or whatever. There is just so much waste to that. And I know that some people look at that and they see luxury, but I look at that and I just see waste. So even if you're reusing that sequins, the sparkles, the glitter, you're gonna pass it on, let's say, to a friend in a friend's gift. What are they gonna do with it? They're probably gonna throw it away, or maybe they'll reuse it one more time. But at the end of the day, that's a lot of plastic going directly into the trash. I've heard decent things about their quality. I've heard their lip liners are amazing, and that's one thing I could be interested in, because if you can just sharpen it, that's fantastic. It just, you know, goes into nothing. I love the idea of that. But I hope that maybe this year they sort of step back from the excess packaging, maybe lower their prices a little bit. That's not happening, but a girl can dream. And the fifth brand on my bottom list, again, not bashing these, but it's Haus Labs. I don't know if it's Haus Labs or Haus Laboratories, but it's Lady Gaga's brand that is sold on Amazon. It has all looked so underwhelming to me, and I want it to excite me because I love Lady Gaga. I love her makeup. Like, I was expecting so much more from that release. I was expecting brights, and I was expecting glitters, and I was expecting graphic liner, and I feel like I got none of that. I feel like also the world talked about Haus Labs when they first came out, the week they were released, and then fizzled out. I haven't heard a damn thing since. I will say though, if something comes out that blows me away, I would love to try Haus Labs. I don't know why, but it does appeal to me, but there hasn't been a single product yet that I've wanted to buy. So I can't see myself necessarily jumping after them in 2020. Then, like I mentioned, I have two brands that I'm really on the fence about. They are right in the middle of that top and bottom five. The first one is Jouer. Now, Jouer used to be known for things like highlighters. I once had these little lipsticks that clicked together, and I really enjoyed them, but that was years ago. But lately, it seems like they're trying to step up their game some more and coming out with foundation sticks. And apparently there's a really good concealer that they came out with what everybody loves. And I don't know, I'm waiting to see what they do because they have my curiosity piqued. I'm not ready to dive in just yet. And the very last brand is Huda Beauty. I feel like Huda Beauty is right down that center of products that people love and products that people hate. So I do like the look of a lot of her eyeshadow palettes. I think they look very pretty. I wish the cost was a scotch lower, but again, if the quality is there, I don't mind paying for it. There's nothing yet that has me super excited, but I feel like that might not be far off. I feel like there are enough things in there, enough ingredients to make a perfect storm of Linda needs this. So this is where I need your help in more than one place. First of all, comment down below if you have tried any of those brands and tell me your favorite products from those brands, because if I'm going to be spending money on something this year, I really want it to be a thoughtful purchase that I've done research on, that I get recommendations from you guys, because I do trust you all. I trust your opinions. And also, comment and let me know which brands you're dying to try in 2020, because maybe there's ones I haven't even thought of yet. Like, there were a lot that almost made it to my list, like Jouer Cosmetics and things like that, but I just didn't put them on because I just wanted to have top 5 and bottom 5 and middle 2. You get the point. So thank you to Sam March for starting this wave of top 5, bottom 5. I'm really loving watching these. If you all like this video, which I hope you did, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me, and subscribe if you haven't already. I do put out new videos here on YouTube every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Those are all GlitterFallout. You all are super freaking rock stars, and I love you with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye.